Oh, that was difficult. 09 was so difficult for me. My Silver Wolf is so unprepared. Just look at her. Like, level 54 and then not even 100% effect hit. And my Light Cone's level 17, nothing else is here. And the thing is, I'm not going to use Silver Wolf for this. So, what I did here was Pela and then who again? Tingyin, March, and Clara. So the same team as usual for Team 1. And Team 2, what I did was Seele, Bronya, Natasha, and Fire MC. So, okay, let me explain why it was so difficult. The last stage was easier because I have Seele, and Seele can break both Colia and Ice of Space. So, okay, Team 2 settled. But Team 1, that's the main problem. None of them have physical weakness. And my Silver Wolf is unprepared because I just pulled her yesterday, so I'm farming resources for her. That's the thing. So, what I did for this team was that when Clara's ultimate was at full stacks, Pela will shoot her ultimate, so she will defense shred. And I'm trying to defense shred two targets at the same time. At the same time, Clara activates her ultimate, and Pela Light Cone was, wait for it, this one. The resolution shines with pearls and sweat. But I could also use the before the tutorial mission starts. I could do that and get more ultimates, but I felt that the basic attack spam on Pela was more frequent than her ultimate. That's why I used Resolution Shine as Pearls of Sweat. And what this Light Cone basically does is that every time she spams basic attack, she has a 60% chance to decrease defense by 12% to a single target. And who I'm spamming this on? You guessed it. This guy, this particular guy here. This guy is not the issue. This guy, right, if you're lucky enough and you manage to like remove all his arrow stacks, good for you. But if you are not lucky, right, he will target Pela and then Pela will get hit also in a way. So what happened during this first team slot battle was that Pela was hanging on to 1 HP for the entire 2 waves of battle. I was very unlucky that the medic guy, so what you call it, spammed his so-called basic attack on Pela. So Pela went all the way from full HP to 1 HP, and then she had to really survive her way. So March was consistently shielding Clara and herself, but I only shield Pela once because I felt that I had enough shields on my team. March was shielded, Clara was shielded, but Pela wasn't shielded, so I thought, why not give Pela the shield? But on second thought, March actually draws aggro with her shield, so I kind of regretted putting a shield on Pela in the first place. But when Pela got attacked, right, she wasn't shielded. That's the thing, and that was really lucky of me. The boss didn't crit me. The Pela Light Cone just managed to save me. So 1 HP. So Ting Yun, however, was always getting hit by this guy because this guy fires 3 arrows. Remember that. So every time his arrow hits, Ting Yun's life decreases by like half HP or even 1/3 of a HP. And Ting Yun, her boots, his speed, I leveled up her boots so I got more speed this time. And defense is still the same, but I can tell you, if even with a relic like this at level 12, she's still hanging on to like 300 HP only. The entire final wave, she's hanging on to 363 HP. Oh, that was way too lucky. Way too lucky. So that's why team 1 was really hard for me. So Clara brute forced her way through 2 of these enemies and this guy, one of this guy. So what was Pela's job actually? Pela was to spam skill on every time this guy gains his healing effect. So when he gets that healing effect, I will spam skill and then he will lose his effect, and I'll spam the skill on the boss himself. So that's why Pela was very necessary instead of Jingyuan. I tried a Jingyuan team here, but it did not work. And I felt really badly. So Pela was the way to go for me in the Clara team. So that's about it. Okay, so team 1 was pretty much shielding Clara, much shielding herself, much shielding Tingyun also in a way. But much was shielding Pela one time a battle only one time. Because I felt that Pela's going to get hit the next turn, so I really needed to shield Pela. But luckily the enemies did not shield Pela, so very good for me. Okay, so team 1 settled, so Clara just brute force her way through. So team 2, how did I do team 2? Team 2 was a bit harder because you have your first wave here, then you first need to target this guy, but unfortunately Seele did not crit her attacks. The entire battle on the first wave, no crits. So what happened was that I had to kill this guy, spam the ultimate on this guy because this guy is particularly dangerous. So, and he was in his shielded mode already, and he was going to fire a charge attack. So I needed to spam ultimate, but my ultimate did not kill the Weaver. So what I did was to continue killing this guy because this guy is the buffer of the entire first wave. So I killed this guy first, then only I moved to this guy. I killed the Weaver, then only I killed the Shadewalkers. Okay, first wave settled. The second wave, however, was Ice Out of Space and two of these guys. So what I did was to kill only one of this guy, only one. And the reason why I killed only one is because I felt that AoE damage from not AoE damage from the AoEs from the main DPS, but AoE damage from Trailblazer Fire was able to kill the ads already by default, because by default the Trailblazer Fire was already charging her attacks with like shielding and all, and her ultimate and whatever not. So what I did here was that I killed only one Shadewalker with Seele so that I don't so that I reduce pressure on my team just by one level. But I didn't need to kill the other Shadewalker because I felt that the AoE is already doing a good job. So what I did was that I focused all my attack on Ice Out of Space. I focused Tunnel Vision all my way to our Ice Out of Space. So unfortunately for this wave, I did not land my crits at all. Again, I don't know why. I did not land a single ultimate crit. So that was really bad for me. But anyway, I managed to clear it. So wave 2 was okay. It was okay. And I was saving skill points for the final wave, which is Cocolia and one Ice Out of Space. So what I did here was to kill Cocolia first, because she's charging AoE attacks most of the time, and some of her single target damage is quite big, especially good enough to kill Bronya in 2 turns. So what I did was to kill Cocolia first. Target every single attack onto Cocolia except Bronya's basic attack. Bronya's basic attack basically went all on Ice Out of Space, while Trailblazer Fire, Seele, and Natasha basic attack was targeting all Cocolia all along. So Cocolia is getting shot at very good. So the first Seele crit hit, no, did not hit. The first crit did not hit. That was really bad. But the second and third crit hit. So Cocolia died in 3 ultimates. And I killed her fast enough for me to kill Ice Out of Space. And for Ice Out of Space, right, I just needed to land one non-crit ultimate and one crit ultimate. So, and then when my ultimate was almost fully charged, the Ice Out of Space already died via the skill. So that's how I managed to clear it. So to recap, right, what are the key points of this? If you don't have Silver Wolf for the first team, it's very difficult. For the second team, it's a very easy clear. I've seen people use Seele on Team 1, but I don't think this is the play. I think using Seele on Team 2 is still the play. Because why so? Is because Cocolia and Ice Out of Space have intrinsic weakness here. So why do you want to put Silver Wolf and Seele together in the first team where you can use other DPS characters like Yanqing, for example. But if you don't have Yanqing, then you're pretty much forced to use Seele here. That's the thing. And I can see why some people use Seele here, but for my case, I felt that using Seele for the second team was a better choice. And Clara for the first team was better because she can target the ads. The ads like to hit Clara, so Clara can burst attack. And then with Pela and Clara teamed together, I felt that Pela and Clara are working very well together to dispel debuffs and kill the ads. That's why I used this team for the 2-star run for MoC 09.